So it's occurred to me that it's been, I don't know, a while since I last posted a video, and I thought I'd give you guys an update. So my prosthetic's still glad I did it. I'm not angry that I did it, or resentful or depressed that I did it. It's more of a resentful and anger and frustration that it was a decision that happened, or that the doctors agreed made the most medical sense. That's where the frustration comes in. I'm posting this October 10th, and September 24th, I went to bed, woke up in the morning just before 6, and I was laying in bed, and I could hear my dog, Biggie, running back and forth between the patio door and our room, trying to wake us up so he could go outside and use the bathroom. When I woke up, I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move my tongue. My tongue was rooted to the roof of my mouth. I realized I couldn't move. I was completely paralyzed. I started making noises like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz when they're trying to get him the oil can to wake up my husband, because I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. So my husband woke up. I don't know if it was from my making noises or his alarm went off. I don't know how much time passed between when I became conscious but not able to see anything and when he woke up. But whatever time passed, he woke up, realized I was trying to get his attention, and he tried to move my arms, thinking maybe it was just like a Charlie horse, or even possibly sleep paralysis. So he realized very quickly that wasn't the case and called 911. Paramedics showed up. I blacked out during that time. I have no recollection of the time passing. I just know that he called 911, and the next second the paramedics were there. My husband since has told me that was about 10-15 minutes, but there was no recollection of it. Paramedics came in. There was a short one with a hat and a tall one. There was a tall one and then a short one with a hat. The tall one came into our bedroom. Thankfully I had clothes on. I wasn't naked, and started hitting my left leg. I'm guessing acting. So the paramedic comes in and starts hitting at my left leg, noticing that I have an amputation. And he's like, "Come on, Caitlin, I need you to move. I need you to move because you're going to walk down the stairs." I couldn't move. He thought I was making it up and thought that my husband called 911 for the hell of it. So he started hitting at my leg, thinking I was faking it, and saying, "I need you to walk. I need you to walk down the stairs." My husband pointed out that I had a prosthetic, and he wanted my husband to put the prosthetic on me. My husband said he wasn't going to do that because you can't really put a prosthetic on somebody. They have to do it themselves. It's hard to try to do it. And so then the tall guy was like, "Well, how else does she get around?" So my husband pointed out the hands-free crutch, and the paramedic said, "Well, let's get that on her because she needs to walk." And he sat me up and he let me go, and I started falling forward because, again, I have no bodily control and I was paralyzed. So I start falling forward and he catches me. The two of them stand me up, and my husband leans over to tighten my crutch on me, and the paramedic just lets me go. trying to prove that I was faking it, and down I went, flat on my back. And they bring in a chair that had like tank treads on the back of it to roll down the stairs, which was really cool. They finally get me down the stairs. Well, the shorter one with the hat went out to get the stretcher. The tall one again was telling me I was going to have to get onto the stretcher. I still couldn't move. Got into the ambulance, and we're a good 10 minutes from the hospital. I don't remember the drive. I blacked out again. I recall closing my eyes at one point and then back up. Then I was suddenly at the hospital. I opened my eyes and I saw the ambulance doors open. But I don't recall being wheeled out of the ambulance. I don't recall being wheeled into the room in the ER. I came to at some point and they were trying to ask if they could cut off my clothes because they were going to have to put me in a gown, hospital gown and whatnot. Then the next thing I remember is there was this bright light, not like a death experience, but bright light where they're trying to be able to see what they were doing, and they had this pad that they wanted me to lay on. So they laid me on it and put my head back, and I don't know if they sedated me or if I just blacked out again, but I was out, and apparently what they were doing was intubating me. They could not get reflexes on my left leg or my arms. They couldn't figure out, they didn't know if I would stop breathing, so they wound up putting a breathing tube and a feeding tube in to make sure that I didn't die. And next thing I recall was some nurses or doctor or somebody telling me that I was at the Royal Columbian Hospital. And all I could think of was how in the heck I got to Colombia from Canada before I was unconscious again. And I didn't know I had been transferred hospitals. I had been in the ICU at the first hospital, and then they transferred me because they wanted an MRI and neurologists that weren't at the hospital that I was taken to initially. They told me, I started coming to, and I saw that it was the next day. I had been sedated for 30 hours. It's a very strange feeling to lose a day. It's also completely terrifying to wake up paralyzed. They got the breathing tubes out, or the breathing tube and feeding tube, but we weren't sure if I'd be able to walk. This happened on a Thursday. I woke up on Friday, and on Monday I finally got a chance to try to walk with with a walker. And at one point I sat down because I couldn't walk very far, and I just wanted to throw the walker at the wall because I was so angry and can't even express. By Wednesday though, I was able to walk without the walkers. They were surprised because on Monday they were talking about sending me to a rehab facility, which I did not like that idea one bit. But I pushed through because they were initially thinking that it was my CMT that had caused this. And our youngest has the same disease. And I don't ever want him to say he can't do something because of it. So I was pushing through. I was in the hospital for 9 days before I got released. So I was released October 2nd. And right now, the residual, I'm still having some weakness. You might have noticed my words are different. There's a delay. Trying to find certain words. I have a pretty bad tremor that wasn't there before, and my right arm is weak. Sorry if the video seems choppy. I've had it. I'm outside with my kids and trying to get words out. My left arm is beginning to tremor some as well. And these are all new symptoms that are sticking around. No answers other than to say that they are confident it's not Guillain-Barré or Miller-Fisher syndrome because of how quickly I recovered. But the hospital staff was amazing. Minus the paramedic. Everybody else was amazing. And they all kept saying that they were surprised how ambulatory I was with my prosthetic. I guess I'm pretty good with it. I'm pissed. I'm really pissed and frustrated, and I try to do what I can. There's no fighting that. They can't tell me if it will happen again. They can't say that it won't. If it happens again, they don't know if I'll have the same recovery.
I can see we want my spaceship and we offer myself.
And let me assure you, it is an absolutely terrifying experience to not know if this could happen again. And if it does, will I have the same recovery? I think not knowing what caused it is worse, because then there is no treatment possible. So talking is harder, which I guess is a good thing since I talk a lot, but it's very frustrating. And so yeah, that's kind of what has been the rundown. It's been interesting, but I'm on the mend, I guess. Sewing has been harder because I can't cut with my right hand, really. It's hard to hand fabric with my right hand, and I'm trying to use it, but it's really shaky. But doctors don't know what to tell me other than if it happens again to call 911.
Everything that's in here is for me.
So,
For me.
amputee wife, mom, teacher out.
Everything